Hey guys, what's up? Back with another video. Today we are going to do a review of the 2006 Royal Rumble. This is going to be a part of my classic pay-per-view reviews for the Royal Rumble season of in the continuation of my January pay-per-view run that I'm on currently. So yeah, let's kick this off, shall we? We've got the Royal Rumble 2006. We kicked off the Royal Rumble 2006 with the Cruiserweights in action as we had a six-way for the Cruiserweight Championship, a Cruiserweight Open, as they called it, like an open challenge, anyway, six-way open challenge. We had Kid Cash defending the Cruiserweight Championship against Funaki, Jamie Noble, Nunzio, Paul London, and representing Raw, we had Gregory Helms. Jumping over from Monday Night Raw to Friday Night SmackDown, we had Gregory Helms. So this kind of made the result pretty predictable. You know, you could see it coming a mile away. You know, how Vince McMahon loves to book, kind of making people think about, kind of make him think, wait, what's going to happen after this? With Gregory Helms jumping over, does he take the title to Raw? Does he, does he go over to SmackDown? He goes over to SmackDown. The match itself, it was exactly what you expect from a cruiserweight matchup. Fast-paced opener. Paul London flying everywhere. He did a shooting star press to the outside, and some people were supposed to catch him, and he went like butter. He went through like nice food butter. He just sliced right through the middle of him and smacked his body off the floor. That looked painful. But good match. Gregory Helms, of course, pinned Funaki to win the championship. It looked like Kid Cash came into this match with a bit of an injury. He had a cast on his arm, but he didn't really stop him that much. He didn't really do much in the match, but what he did do, he looked all right. It didn't really look like it affected him too much, but it was the way it was. Gregory Helms won the match. Great opener. Let's move on from here. Next matchup, we have Mickie James taking on Ashley Mazzaro, with Trish Stratus as the special guest referee. So this was, of course, drawing the Mickie James, Trish Stratus obsessed fan storyline that would lead into WrestleMania. Mickie James will get the win here. Good character work from Mickie James. Here and Trish, good stuff right there. Good chemistry between her and Mickie and here and Trish. Unfortunately, this match though it wasn't that good. It felt like it dragged, and it only went like a couple of minutes, but it felt like it really dragged, and the intensity from Ashley Mazzaro was not there. Some of her punches looked very weak, and the crowd kind of saw through it as well, because the crowd kind of started booing towards the end with Ashley Mazzaro not really having that intense. It was unfortunate. God bless her, but it was not good at all. Anyway, Mickie James gets the win, and it was definitely the right result, especially going into WrestleMania with her and her continuing this obsessed fan storyline with a little bit of lesbian moments thrown in there, which got the horny teenagers very excited. Next matchup, we had JBL taking on the Boogeyman in Boogeyman's pay-per-view debut. This was another tough one to watch. JBL, good selling from JBL. He was selling the fact that he was scared of the Boogeyman. He kept chucking Jillian Hall into the realm of the Boogeyman. Poor Jillian Hall, man. She must have been like. She got traumatized by the Boogeyman. He bit a cancerous thing off her face, like some kind of weird thing that she had growing on her face, on a SmackDown episode. And then, of course, on here, he kind of like pins her down, and kind of weird, and kind of looking at it in 2024, like pins her down and just drops worms in the mouth. It's very unhygienic. Mr. Boogeyman, weird stuff. We're a very not healthy thing in the workplace, I guess. But anyway, it was okay. The good character work from JBL and the Boogeyman, but the match itself in the in-ring stuff was not that good. And the Boogeyman got the win on his pay-per-view debut, and we move on from there. We move on to the Royal Rumble, the 30-man Royal Rumble. First off, I want to say, pretty weird that it's the mid-card match. It feels like very mid-card. I wish it would have been the main event, giving Rey Mysterio his moment. in the in the main event, because it didn't really feel it kind of took the special emotion away from it. The fact that it was in the mid card, it kind of felt like you were doing it just because Eddie passed away. It didn't feel like it didn't feel genuine to me. It was a good moment for Rey Mysterio to win the Royal Rumble. It was a very average Royal Rumble. There was a lot of guys in there that I knew had no chance of winning, like for instance like Trevor Murdoch and Eugene and Orlando Jordan and Viscera. It was just like it was a very average Rumble. I didn't really care too much about it. It was alright. It had its moments. Rey Mysterio. I like the ending where it came down to Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and Triple H. The two big guys, big-ish guys, compared to Rey Mysterio. Ganging up on Rey Mysterio, making him feel like more of the underdog. So when Rey Mysterio overcame the odds, it made it feel a bit more special. But yeah, the match itself, I wasn't really feeling it, and it was what it was. Anyway, next matchup. We had Edge taking on John Cena for the WWE Championship. Of course, Edge cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase at New Year's resolution in 3 weeks before this to become the WWE Champion. This was not the best match between Cena and Edge. I've seen better matches between these two, but it was a good first chapter in the history in the book between these two. Cena goes over here and becomes the 2-time WWE Champion. Kind of felt like a transitional reign for Edge. Kind of felt like they had plans for Cena, going into WrestleMania to face Triple H, and they realized they had to get the briefcase off Edge without him losing it, so they gave him a 3-week title reign. But it was what it was. The match itself was really good. Probably my match of the night. But that's not really saying that much compared to what was on the card. And Edge and Cena had better matches than this, but it was really it was very solid stuff. Kind of knew that Cena was going to win also, because he had a very special entrance involving some kind of like weird. Jerry Lawler compared it to a spaceship. It was kind of like this weird platform that Cena came down on. It's a very special entrance. So Cena becomes a 2-time WWE champion, but no need for the negativity for Edge on this one, because we would have better moments in the future, especially going into later 2006 with better matches with John Cena and better title reigns. So anyway, next matchup we have the main event. We have Kurt Angle defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Mark Henry. So Batista was the World Heavyweight Champion, and unfortunately he got injured, so they had to relinquish the World Championship. Kurt Angle comes over from Raw to become the World Champion, and that's where and turns babyface. Daivari, who was Kurt Angle's manager, and then aligns himself with Mark Henry. So that's exactly where we are in this matchup. A very odd choice for the main event of the Royal Rumble. One of your big 4 pay-per-views. I understand why, because of what happened at the end, but the match itself, it wasn't that good. It wasn't a good main event. Kurt Angle tried. I don't think Mark Henry was at his best here. But it was what it was. And, Kurt Angle, I love the finish, Kurt Angle cheating to win, really protecting Mark Henry in defeat, making Mark Henry look strong by Kurt Angle having to use chairs and, what's the fucking thing called? Turnbuckle pad, taking the turnbuckle pad off the turnbuckle and, exposing the turnbuckle and ramming Mark Henry's head into it, and then pulling the tight and also grabbing the ropes at the same time. So really, a lot of cheating from the babyface Kurt Angle, really taking over Mark Henry strong, but still very average main event. Didn't really think too much of it. It was just there to set up the next match on the next pay-per-view, on the main event of the next pay-per-view, which was Kurt Angle versus The Undertaker, which is a very, very awesome matchup, phenomenal matchup. But we'll get to that one when we get to it. Undertaker comes out, basically gives the belt signal saying he wants the belt, or the title, or the championship, so I'll say, oops, sorry WWE, I didn't say the right word, did I? He comes out, says he wants the championship, and then, of course, sends lightning bolts from his hands to the rafters, and then puts his hands down into a motion, and the lightning strikes the ring, basically destroying the ring. And, the ropes go down and, like this and all that stuff, and the turnbuckles. It basically, it felt like, when, the ring ended up looking like when Brock Lesnar and Big Show, broke the ring when they thingy, without actually people going through the ring this time. So, it was, people could say it was corny, Undertaker using some magic powers. Yeah, Undertaker does have magic powers. Don't let people like Brian Alvarez say that he doesn't. And he does have magic powers when he wants to be. It's happened for years. Bray Wyatt wasn't the only one who was responsible for that one. People, he always seems to get the blame for it. That's what my point was trying to be. Anyway, let's move on from that. Man, I just wish that they would have put the Mysterio thing on last. Polished the Royal Rumble up a little bit, put some more big time names in the Royal Rumble. And, just had this in the mid-card without the exploding ring part. So, it was a very weird way to end the Royal Rumble. I'm going to give the show overall a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. I just wasn't feeling this show, man. There was some good stuff in it. There was some good character work, like Mickey James, with the Trish stuff, but the match itself suffered. Edge and Cena have had better matches, but it was probably the best match of the night. The Cruiserweights had some good fun in the opener. The Rey Mysterio had a good emotional moment with the Royal Rumble, but yeah, I don't know, I just didn't feel like anything clicked in this Royal Rumble. It felt like there was a lot of stuff building, felt like a lot of stuff was building to WrestleMania. But sometimes when things are going to build to a show, then the actual show you're actually currently watching suffers because of it. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Anyway, that's going to be it now, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments. Leave me a like if you deserve it. And I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm hoping to do Royal Rumble 2020. That's going to be my next one. Hopefully before this year's Royal Rumble happens. I'm hoping to review that one a little bit, within the next couple of days or so. So, if I don't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Depends what mood I'm in. Anyway, that's going to be it now, guys. Have a nice day. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm out.